Hello, everyone. I'm Brandon Faulkner. Welcome to Village Core, where we live our mission, which is to connect, share, and learn. We also build intergenerational connections for mutual learning. Entrepreneurs and youth tech minds come together to join forces with senior wisdom and skills. Today's event, we'll be learning about different cruise lines, where we can experience different fun, have different fun with family members, friends, and experience the world as a whole. Now, jumping into today, we're going to look at three different cruise lines. While there are many more cruise lines out there around the world, we're going to look at the three big ones. The three big ones, what they entail, are different experiences based off of what you're looking for. There are ones for adults only. There are ones for partying, and then there are ones just to have a simple family vacation or just to have fun with a loved one if you're looking to get away. So today we'll be looking at Princess Cruises, Royal Caribbean Cruises, and then as well we will be looking at the Disney cruises if you are an avid Disney fan. So moving first to Princess Cruise Liners, here we can see essentially what the general overview of their website looks like. Here we can see the special offer sign up, the cruise deals, the login, the register, their phone number in case you want to call them if you have any information, if you have any issues, any deals that they're running, and then of course you can select where you want to go, and then you can see their most popular trips around here. So as well, Princess Cruise Liners have just updated their new cruises with bigger and better new ships. So these ships can fit roughly up to, I believe I don't know the exact number, but it is quite a large number of people that they can fit. So here we can see that the Sun Princess Europe is a new ship that is just launched that you can experience with your family, with your friends, or with anybody else who you wish to go on these cruises with. Now, booking a trip with Princess Cruises is fairly simple and straightforward. Since summer is coming around the corner, you may want to book now in order to make sure that you have a fun and enjoyable trip ready to go. So here, if we see the destination tab, just like we would for booking a flight, we would select our destination of where we want to go. So here I can see many different locations around the world that I can book. So there's trips to Alaska, there's trips to the Caribbean, Mexico, there's transatlantic, or there are world cruises. And in a minute, I'll get to what transatlantic and world cruises mean. But for right now, we're going to focus on, let's say, going to the Caribbean. Now we can choose the month of the year that we want to go to the Caribbean. So since I get out of school fairly soon in June, I'm gonna say that I want a little bit time here at home in June to hang out with friends and all that good stuff. But in July, I definitely want to go on a vacation. So I'm gonna select that for July of 2024. Let's say we're going to start at any point, or you can select a specific point where you want to start. So by doing this, you'll have more options to see where these ships launch, or you can select a specific point like Fort Lauderdale, Florida, in order to launch from there. We can also select the cruise ship length. So these could be ranging from any amount of time, 6 to 8 days, 9 to 15 days, and then some other trips may have longer trips, that you can choose from. So we're just going to say I want to go for 6 to 8 days on one of these cruises. Now that we have our filters all in there and ready to go, we can see all these different trips that appear of where I might want to go on my summer vacation. So here I'm given three different options. I'm given a 7 day Western Caribbean with Mexico trip included. I'm given a 7 day Eastern Caribbean with St. Thomas, and then given a 7 day Eastern Caribbean with Puerto Rico. So depending on what my budget is and how much I want to spend, I can see the different price points of all these different cruise ships and what they also have to offer. So here under the little section, we can see that there is up to 40% off with a $100 deposit. We can also see that this stops at 4 points. This stops at Fort Lauderdale. This stops at in Mexico. It stops in Honduras, Belize. We can also see Costa Maya, Mexico, and then Fort Lauderdale once you make your return. So everything should be connected with the cruise line when you do book it. So what I mean by that is when you schedule your flight and when you have all that information ready to go, essentially what the cruise liners will do, well, they'll make sure that you are getting on their ships as quick as possible. But we will talk about that in a minute. So let's say I want to go to St. Thomas because that water looks really cool and I want to experience that. So I can hit cruise details and now I can select my room type. Now I can go through, I can select my room type, I can select exactly what I want. Um, and now I can select the number of guests. So let's say I want to take my family as well as some friends with me. So I'm going to select 4 guests are going on this trip. I can select an interior room, which is often cheaper because there are no windows. I can select a balcony room. I can select a multi-suite. And then there's also the ocean view, which is sold out, and then suites are also sold out. So let's say I want to go, since we are 4 people, let's say I want to go with the multi-suite room or the mini suite, mini suite here. So now that we've selected the mini suite, I can hit select here. And now we can select where we want to be exactly. So if we want to be if we want to be midship, here's this option for midship. We could be mid forward or we could be mid aft, which basically means that you are either in the middle, the front, or the back. There's also the forward, which is the very front of the ship, and then there's also the very back of the ship. But let's say I want to be mid forward right here. We can see that we can have access to upper decks. So this has easy access to the Horizon Court Bistro, World Fresh Marketplace, other food places that are included on the trip. Or we can see that we can select the middle decks, which has with passenger staterooms located above. These accommodations are situated from public areas. So let's say I want that easy access. Now we can see the different options that I can choose from. Let's say I want to choose from one of these rooms here, which is a suite. So let's say I want to choose this room right here because it's kind of far away from people. And now we can choose our plan. So choosing your plan on your cruise means you kind of get a better experience on the cruise. It essentially means that you get things included. It means that you get things like beverage services. It means that you get things like fitness classes. You have more access to their private kitchens and other things like that. So choosing your plan essentially means that you are choosing what experience you want. So depending on your budget, there is the good, better, and the best. The Princess Standard essentially comes with complimentary dining, entertainment, and it also has a room location upgrade. Princess Plus allows for things like free Wi-Fi, which is 1 device per guest. Crew appreciation. It also comes with premium desserts, as well as plus beverage service, which means that these are drinks up to drinks up to $15 each, and that includes the unlimited juice bar that you have access to. The Princess Premier allows for things like Wi-Fi, once again, that crew appreciation, but as well, it comes with photo packages, it comes with 2 specialty dining meals per guest, and it also comes with a room location upgrade. Since I don't have that much money, and since we aren't willing to spend that much money for the Princess Premier, let's say I want to go for the Princess Plus package because that gives me what I want while still having an enjoyable time. Here we can see a preview of the room. We can see a general breakdown of everything that will be purchased at the before taxes. And then as well, we can see the discounts and all that good stuff. So now we can see that this price is roughly $5,600 for four people on a six on a seven on a set on a week trip. Now we fill out all the guest information. So this is where I will first put my first name, my last name, date of birth, gender, where I live, all that good stuff. And then I will move on to do the second guest, the third guest, and then the fourth guest. And then eventually, once that is all complete, then we will type in our itinerary, which means essentially what we want to do, essentially what time we will be getting to the ship, and all that other stuff. And then finally, you'll finish up with your payments and you'll make that payment out straight to the Princess Cruises. Then you'll get an email confirmation and then you'll be ready to set sail with the Princess Cruises. So once again, you can choose from any of these locations. You can also do transatlantic, which means you're traveling all the way across the sea to, let's say, Europe, from, let's say, New York. And then there's also world cruises with Princess Cruises, which essentially means that you are traveling the world on a cruise liner. And those are very long trips, but they're also very fun trips. Moving away from Princess Cruises, we also have a competitor, Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean is kind of special with their trips. Depending on where you go, they have different packages that are included. So you can get weekend getaways, you can get European cruises, and then Alaskan cruises. And because they are called Royal Caribbean, the Caribbean cruises are often what they specialize in. And the thing about that as well is the Royal Caribbean takes trips to their own private island. So if we were to select the Royal Caribbean cruise, which is something that I do want to experience at some point, we can see here that this ship is massive, that we can enjoy the sea, that we can select all these cruise dates and much, much more. Um, so moving on here. Moving on here, we can see we have the Bahamas, we have the Western Caribbean Perfect Day experience. We have the Western Caribbean Perfect Day. Once again, we have the Eastern Caribbean Perfect Day and much, much more. The photos that they are showing here are their own personal private island. So when you are traveling along your course, you will stop at different islands that are curated to essentially having fun. So these islands are essentially for people who want to experience different things and different luxuries. So if you're traveling with children, there is a massive water park on this island. There's also, I believe, 8 different pools that you can choose from, and then as well as I believe it's 6 different spas, and then about 14 different dining locations located on the island once you get there. But of course, you need to select your cruise dates. You need to select when you want to go and all that good stuff. So let's say once again, I want to go in that. Let's say I want to go for that July date. It's not. Let's say I want to choose July 26th to August 2nd. And let's say I want the balcony suite once again. So we can look out at the Caribbean islands, and then we can see that we have some savings here. We go through, we book, we get 60% off the second guest that we bring. There's instant cash savings and much, much more. So here we can see that they are giving us an itinerary. Here we can see that day one, we will begin in Miami, Florida, departing at 4:30 p.m. The second day, we will be cruising at sea. The third day, we will be arriving in Puerto Costa Maya, which is in Mexico. The fourth day, we'll be arriving in Honduras. Then we will move to Mexico again. The sixth day, we'll be cruising along the sea once more. And then the seventh day will be the perfect day at Coco Cay in Bahamas, which is their private island, as you can see here in the photo above. And then on our last day, we will be arriving in Miami, Florida at 6:30 in the morning, or at 6 in the morning, and then that's when everybody will depart and go on their way back to their home. So moving here, we can continue. We can add the number of guests. So once again, I'm taking 4 guests. We can include connecting rooms. So this connecting rooms allows you to kind of go back and forth between these rooms. We can also choose how many adults are going. So 4 adults. We can also choose, wait, I just messed it up. So room 1 will have 1 adult. Room 2 will have 1 adult. Room 3 will have 1 adult. Room 4 will have 1 adult. So 1 adult per room. And then we can see here that we can select what we want once more because we need to select the room types for the other rooms. So they are currently out of connecting rooms, but we can also select more rooms as well. And then you can also get the Royal Suite class, which comes with a slide within it, and then it's a very big room. It's a 2-story room. But right now, I want to just go for that balcony. And then we can select this for everybody. And we can also select the ship's location. So let's say I want to go for the front of the ship. I want to be at the very front of the ship so we can see everything. And I want to be on deck 14. And then we can also select our rooms once again. So I can select a variety of rooms here. So let's select here. And then yes, I believe what we are doing now is just going through and selecting for every single person that is traveling with me. So if I were to select that 2 people are staying in 2 rooms, then I could go through this a lot quicker. But after that, once again, just like the Princess Cruise Liners, you'll put in you will input your guest info, so your name, your phone number, your email, all that good stuff. Then you'll move to dining and the dining options. You'll specify if you have any allergies. You'll also specify where you want to be dining. And then you'll finally make your payment and then go on your way. So here we can see so far the total price that we'll be paying is roughly $15,819, which is fairly expensive, but 4 people are staying with me, so we can easily split that cost up and make it less. So once again, with Royal Caribbean, you can select the different types of trips that you want to go on. You can select any destination like the South Pacific, the Caribbean, the Arabian Gulf, Hawaii, other things like that. You can also choose your departure port, and then you can select the dates that you want to go on a vacation. So moving away, we can now look at Disney cruise liners. So Disney cruise liners are very special because these ones are curated solely for Disney fans. So if you're somebody who's an avid Disney fan and wants to experience Disney on the sea, this is where you can come and do it. This is where you can come and see Mickey Mouse right there on your ship and ready to go. This also means that if you have younger family members, like if you have either grandchildren or if you have just children in general who like Disney, this is where you guys can come together and experience the magical wonder of Disney that is taking place on the ship. So we can see that we can set sail from San Diego to Baja California and the Mexico Riviera. We can also see that we have other cruises as well. We have specialty experiences like we have onboard magic, Halloween, other things like that. But right now, I want to select a cruise because I'm planning my vacation right now. So we can see that we are leaving any date, let's see, leaving to any destination, and then we're departing from San Diego. So for how many nights or let's say departing from any location? Yes, any port. So now we can see that we can choose our dates that we want to travel. Let's say I want to take 18 to 13 days on the sea. So here we can see we have 10 nights on a Hawaiian cruise to Honolulu, ending in Vancouver. That sounds really fun. I want to do that. So I'm going to select this date. I'm going to hit continue, and this is in March. So this is coming up. This means that I'll have to clear out my schedule from March 1st through 11th in order to go on this cruise. But then we can see here all the specialty things that come with this. So there's Broadway quality shows, there's pools, spacious staterooms, upscale and casual dining, adult exclusive activities, clubs for kids, tweens, and teens, and other things like that. So now we can view the staterooms. So let's say I decided to take my let's say I decided to take my little cousins. So there'll be let's just say there will be four adults, or let's say there'll be two adults, two children. Child one, let's say child one is 16, let's say child two is 15. And now we can confirm the travel party and we can get everything set up. So once again, we have the inside, which is just the interior. We have an ocean view. We have a we have another type of room, and then we have the concierge as well, which the concierge is extremely expensive, costing around $20,000. So right now we'll move to this one right here, which is still expensive, but at least it's a little bit more manageable. Now we can see that we have a deluxe stateroom as well. We have deluxe ocean family view stateroom, and then we have other things like that. So let's go for the deluxe ocean view stateroom. And let's say I want it at the back of the ship. I want it on deck 7 where I'm centrally located. We can once again select the room that we want. We will see the total, we will see the estimated price. And now that cruise has been added to my cart, and now I can go through and I can select everything that I want. So now we can see the price summary and we can continue to the next step, which the next step, once again, is to create an account, which I'm not going to do that right now. But essentially, the next steps will be creating an account, filling out the guest information, and then later paying as well. So you can plan a cruise. You can see cruises that are already booked that you have already planned, destinations. These are the same for everything. You can see the ships that they have and then the cruises with Disney as well. So if you want some of that Disney magic, this is where you can come and do it. And this is where you can come and have fun. So other than that, I have nothing really else to offer. So we want to thank you all for connecting and sharing, and sorry, I keep messing up. We want to thank you all for connecting, sharing, and learning. You'll be able to find a recording of this session on our website at villagecore.org under the events page. And please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Village Core, for all past and future events in case you miss any events that have already happened. Once again, thank you so much.